After pre-writing, in which you determined your purpose and audience, brainstormed ideas, gathered information, and narrowed the topic, it's time to organize your thoughts. Making an outline is a good way to do this. In fact, if you do a good job with pre-writing and outlining, then the organization is done and you can just focus on the writing itself. Outlining is the process of organizing main points and supporting information to achieve your purpose in writing. There are different methods for creating an outline. Personally, I take a two-step approach, which includes first webbing and then making the outline itself. My first step for creating an outline is called webbing, and it's a way of drawing the relationship between my different main points and the information that I've got. And here's how to do it. I start out by writing my purpose statement right in the middle of a piece of paper. So, for example, say my purpose in writing is to persuade readers that there should be warning labels on fast foods that have a high fat content. Then I'd write my purpose statement, or an abbreviated version, right in the middle of a piece of paper. So here it is. I'm going to persuade people that there should be labels on fast food. Then I look at my brainstorming and my research, and I decide what I think are the main points I want to talk about. So, for example, one main point might be the growing problem of obesity, because we have a big problem with obesity in North American society. So that's one main point. Another main point might be that consumers are uninformed about how much fat is really in some fast foods. And then I might have a couple of other main points as well, depending on what I'm writing. Next, I'm going to look at my brainstorming and research and add some supporting information for my main points. So I'm going to find examples or specific information or things like that that go with them. So maybe I want to start out by defining what obesity is. And then I might have some stats about obesity rates. And then I might want to talk specifically about the increasing problem of childhood obesity. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the other main points. You can see that what I'm building here is a map of how my information fits together and relates to my purpose. During this webbing phase, I usually find there are some points of information that don't fit, some ones that I found in the pre-writing phase, but they just don't fit in the map. And that's okay, because that means they don't belong, so I leave them out. The second step in organizing my writing is to make an outline, and this is pretty easy because I'm just going to use the same points that I put in the web. I just need to decide the order of the main points. Now that's going to depend in part how I organize it on what I'm doing. So for example, if I'm writing about some things that happened, a sequence of events, so like in an incident report, then I might put the main points in the order that they occurred in time. In other cases, so say for example I'm talking about the positive and negative aspects of cell phones in our society, then I might organize all the positive points together and all the negative points together. And if I was going to do that, then if I agree with one side or the other, like I actually think cell phones are pretty good, so I'm going to talk about the negative points that I don't agree with first, and then I'm going to end with the positive points that I do agree with, and I'm going to put those second. Now in this case, I'm trying to persuade people of something. I'm trying to persuade them that there should be fast food labels, warning labels on fast food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize my points in order of increasing importance and put the most important point last. Whatever the approach I take to organizing, here's how to make the outline. I'm going to refer to my web, which unfortunately I can't show you here at the same time that I'm doing this, but I'm going to write my purpose at the top. Then I'm going to organize the main points from my web, and since I'm going in order of increasing importance here, I think I'll start with the problem of obesity because a lot of people already know about that. Next, I'll have the point about consumers being uninformed about exactly how much fat is in some of the fast foods that they order, because I think that's a stronger point, and then I might go on to whatever other points I have. Then I'm going to organize the supporting points and information that go with each of these main points. So you can see, I have an outline, and the hard part of my work is done. Now I can just focus on writing clearly and effectively.